good and healthy if I'm wearing makeup. And I remember a time where I never touched it. Well, I didn't touch it again today, so you can't see me, so I'm going to cover my face up. Okay, I'll give you something else to look at, but nobody's here right now. Boy, it looks so bright right now. It's not bright. And who is that? My orange baby. All right, I'm going to send out shares. I put up a post to join me on Facebook, drooling Facebook, where I've pissed everybody off at me for my opinion and I won't let them talk. But that's okay. They've been talking for 11 years. I only asked for 11 minutes, maybe 11 days of that 11 years. No, actually, 2014 to 2026. Now it's moved to 12. Anyway, so I put up a post on Facebook that says maybe my new boyfriend will be in the chat room tonight. I'm just trying to get a hook to make people join me. But then again, all I do is mad ramblings and yip. So apparently there's laws being passed that says, I finally got a viewer. All right, so on Facebook I said, to get people to join me, I said, maybe my new boyfriend will be in the chat room tonight. I don't have one. No, I have a husband named Yahusha. Actually, Yahusha is my husband, honestly. The only time I look like I got weight is when I smile. So I'm going to smile a lot. That way I don't look like a complete beanpole. Yes, I got a good smile. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm hiding my face because I don't have makeup on. I didn't put any eyeliner on. And it seems like people only tell me I look good when I have eyeliner. But then again, that's one of my insecurities is that my eyes are too small and far apart. So I put eyeliner on just so they look normal. But anyway, you can't see them. So I didn't get anything done today except brushing my teeth. And I cooked for the household. The homeowner. Well, I need to eat too. And we should sit down as a family. And I act awkward. I do. And I don't mean to act awkward. I don't think I know how to sit down and eat as a family. I was roaming around the house as they are eating. I don't want to give out details because what happens in this house stays in this house. Unlike Vegas, that complete lie. I got married in Vegas to do name Ryan. The Ouija board told me it would be Brian, but anyway, so I was stupid. I played with one of those. I play with tarot cards too. But anyway, what was I rambling about? Yeah, I got married in Vegas, and when I flew home to Jersey, the husband didn't stay in Vegas. It's a complete lie that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas because he followed me home. I didn't like it. Don't believe Vegas when they say whatever happens there stays there. No, it doesn't. So anyway, I don't like being lied to. But anyway, so I was kind of pacing back and forth through the house. I was still talking and I was in the kitchen leaning against the counter. But while I was cooking, I got so hungry that I wound up snatching a bunch of noodles. So by the time everything was cooked, I wasn't hungry anymore because I stuffed my face with a bunch of noodles. Why did I marry him? December 12th, 2014, because he's a perfect man. When I had no one and nothing, he was there, and he's still here. I just need to listen to him and stop missing my baracas. When I met Yahusha, I just fell in love with him. I just wish I started living my life righteously a lot sooner. And then that would have spared me from getting my lung collapsed. And it would have spared me from being raped. So I'm over that whole dating thing. Platonic friendships, extended family, absolutely. I got my arms open for that. But that romantical stuff, I don't know. I don't know. Listen, Yahusha's teaching me how to be a wife to him. I'm good. you know? So I got a vow of celibacy, but I'm happy. I just wish I did it sooner, Sam. I wish I did it sooner. It would have spared me so much. But I also learned the hard way. Like I learned the hard way. Because I learned the hard way, you know, my biggest thing now is that I need to stand up and have confidence and assert myself and not back down or let people like talk me out of the ground I stand on and what I stand for. And I'm not worldly anymore. And there's a difference between me now and the old me. And I love everybody. I've lost a few friendships on Facebook, I think. But then I think a few other friendships grew stronger because, listen, they're passing laws apparently that we cannot object with Zionism or the country formerly known as Palestine. And we're not even allowed to say that. They're passing law. All right, I'm going to have to, like YouTube and X and Instagram has been, even internet radio, because I'm on the Spirit Force platform. Thank you, Michael Basham. I need to be utilizing it. I'm not censored on internet radio like I am here. And every week my alarm goes off on Thursdays and Fridays to run an internet radio broadcast. I should. But lately I need confidence, but I don't want to be like ballsy because I don't want to screw up and say something I'm not supposed to. And if I do say something, I need to say allegedly. Like allegedly, in my memories, George Bush Sr. was a boss to me as a super soldier. Allegedly, I remember a guy named Mike being a programmer and handler that would get me out of my house and bring me back to my house as a little kid. There's other programmers and handlers that I've had. The woman's name I can't remember, and her face is kind of fuzzy, but there's another guy, and he's still alive. And apparently, we live in the same state. I'm not trying to give him a reason to talk to me. I stay away from him and what he's doing. People are like, oh, Holly, who is your security system? You've said it yourself. Why don't you just go on this platform? You're running the circuit. Your book's about to come out. Go on this other circuit. And it's like, no. First of all, I've learned the hard way. Do not go out looking for trouble and do not push bucks. Okay? So there's certain channels that I wouldn't even think to write to ask them to interview me because there's a handler of mine that's already taken that as his territory. I ain't going. No. You go. Yahuwah is sending me somewhere else for another reason. Stop pushing me. Oh, you don't want me to push bucks with you because I'll tell you what, I will win. I'm out of those dumbs. They made us kids fight in those dumbs. I'm still here. Survival with the fittest comes with a lot of survivor's guilt. And I often wonder, did I stand up and ever fight for one of those kids? Or did I just stay seated when they were being massacred and unalived? Oh, you know what I have to do from now until the next time I have an interview? I have to learn how to curb what I say. So I can't say like child trafficking. I have to say child transporting. I can't say RAPE. I have to say R-ing. I need to start practicing now curbing my mouth for my next interview. I can't say, hey, Viborg, it's great to see you. Much love and my barakas to you and yours. It's awesome to see you. Man, we've known each other for years on here. It is so nice to see you. Like family, home type feeling, because I've seen you for years here. We met back in the day. I think you and I met Viborg back when I was learning how to speak. You've been around for a long time. Or shortly, I think you've been around since what, 2015? No later than 2016. Weren't you here before I even came forward? That's another thing I got to put in my autobiography is about Max Spears' assassination. Oh, and that's another thing about a programmer whose name I won't say because I fear. Listen, I'm saying this for a reason, okay, legally, and I fear for my life. So there's certain names of certain programmers I will not say because they will come back and terminate me. They will unalive me. And they have power. They have connections. They have money. They've got the whole military on their side, and mafia, and other people and things and bloodlines. So I'm not messing with them. Oh, they got like what? Not the Church of Satan. I think they laugh at that one. They got the whole Luciferian religion on their sides. I'm not messing. I don't need to be talking about those people. And like I said, I'm not going to give them a reason to talk to me. I'm here for Yahusha and to win your souls, fish for men, get rid of demons, and talk about the kids in the cage. So, yeah, I've been asking for my memories, for Yahusha to give me all my memories back. And I got to give my book one final read through. And I also have to go through my website because I know there's some mistakes. All my stuff with Yahusha and Dreams and Visions, it's up on my website. But when it comes to Kids in a Cage, I actually took my book and 10 drawings down. So that way it could be reserved for my book and like give you guys something to look forward to. But if it's not released February 1st, I might push bucks and say, as an act of rebellion, I'm going to let you guys read it for free on my website until it is released, where you guys will be able to access it. I cannot send it to anybody right now because the file's too big, the PDF. Hey, Lincoln. Yeah, it's been years, V-Borg. That's cool. You know why? That's consistency. That's constant. That's stable. That means the ground beneath my feet has not blown up yet. I don't mean to sound like that, but literally. It's only 3 milligram nicotine. The good stuff's in the other hand. It's good that it's dark out because I don't have eyeliner on, so you can't see me. I actually look good now. So long as I smile, I look like I got weight. All right. You'll always be able to see me in the dark the second I smile. So where's Rumble? My fat orange cat. I remember when I first got him, I was calling him George. He was not having that George name. So now I call him Rumble. I was talking on the phone with somebody and I was like, he doesn't rumble, he doesn't purr, he rumbles. And the girl on the phone goes, oh, Mr. Rumbles. I was like, yeah, Rumble. And he looked up, and that's when I decided his name was Rumble because he looked up at me. So I get off on so many tangents. So we're not allowed to talk about disagreeing with the country formerly known as Palestine. We're not allowed to discuss the Zionist movement or the Little Tiny Hat Club because they're passing laws about that. I sat there. I got to repent for this. I sat there in 2018 in front of Donald J. Trump, President Donald J. Trump, first term, and I told him, guys, this is a big one. I didn't know he was there until the end. I should go to Tiny and ask her to send me the screenshots again because they mysteriously disappeared off my website and out of my computer. But he did comment in the chat room. Now, listen, I only have a third of my memories back. And right now, I will never forget this image in my mind. Right before I fully reintegrated, I've seen all of my altars on several occasions, but on one occasion, right before I fully reintegrated, I will never forget the look in one of my altar's eyes. And it stayed with me. It stayed with me. The look in her eye was like, it was like, Holly, you should know. And it's so vile and brutal, I can't even let myself say it. And you don't know and you'll never know. And I'm not explaining it very well. But the look in this one altar's eyes was, you don't have these memories. And she didn't say anything to me. It was a look in her eyes. And the other 2/3 of the altars I had, I saw my altars, but I never got their memories. And the look in that one altar's eyes, I'll never forget it. And I want my memories back. And that's, rough, because I remember in 2016, I fell apart on Clovis and all the beautiful friends I made over there on her channel, Kim and everybody else. I fell down, 151 Bacardi for about 6 months when my altar told me I was used in child pornography. And, I got to learn to curb my mouth. Child corns and graphy. But I got through it. I don't use 151 Bacardi anymore. But I woke up in 2014, and about a year and a half after that, all of a sudden I was thrust into the spotlight because Max Spears was assassinated, and one of the people was a programmer and handler to me assassinated Max Spears. And it's not a joke. So I have boundaries, and I feel like I've already really pushed boundaries by telling you it's the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, Cullens, and that there's other families that you don't know the names of, and they're affiliated with the Bilderberg groups. This is where I messed up when I was on Caravan to Midnight. My own question, my own answers, and I still screwed up in front of 4.3 million listeners. Probably half of them changed the channel. And I wanted to tell Mr. John B. Wells about the Daisy game, and I never got there, and I should have started off with that. I remember the Daisy game. I think I'm gonna draw a picture of the Daisy game for my book. I got to come up with a picture and a drawing for the back cover. So I'm gonna get a picture where I'm smiling, right? Because I'm so skinny. If I don't smile, you'll see how skinny I am. And I don't want to look like Skeletor. So, and you know what? Yahusha's given me everything to smile about. HollyBaglio.com. Go look me up. I still have to go through my website and double check it. I really don't like my about. I think when it goes to my about, I might take my introduction letter that I've been sending to other platforms and actually post up my introduction letter so you guys can read it, because I don't know how to write about me. So anyway, HollyBaglio.com. My book's coming out February 1st. I better have that final read-through by then. It's going to take me $5. Yahusha is our heavenly Abba who sits on the throne. He came in human form, and that's who died for us, resurrected 3 days later, ascended to heaven 40 days later, and then 50 days later, his Ruach Kadesh descended upon us, and that's where we get Pentecost from. And since then, he's still with us, alive and well. And through his Ruach means spirit in Hebrew, through his spirit, our companion, we still learn things and hear him. You heard of my name? Tinfoil Hatter. I was going to say, Tinfoil Hatter, you look really familiar. So Yahusha means Yah adds salvation and deliverance. So if you were to say Yah, you're saying Heavenly Abba's name. I think maybe that's why things like Yahoo came out, was because they were making fun of Yah's name. We're not Yahoos. Okay, Heavenly Abba who sits on the throne, who will never be usurped. His name was taken away from us, and it's YHUH or YHWH, but that's the Tetragrammaton. But to sound it out, we could spell it out, and it would be Yahuwah. Yahuwah. And that means Yah adds breath. So him on the throne, Yah adds breath. When he came in person, we called him Yah adds salvation. And when he returns a third time, he's going to have a third and new name. I don't know. I'm a gambler. No, I'm not. But I will gamble. I like it. I bet you it's probably going to be like Yah adds protection, or Yah adds. Because if Yah adds breath, Yahuwah, and Yah adds salvation and deliverance, Yahusha, then when he returns a third time, it'll be Yahusha. Anyway, Joe. So, what'd you say? I saw the Daisy game. And that was another thing. A Vanderbilt girl had reached out to me in 2016 or 2017, and she asked me if I had remembered her. And at the time, I was so new to waking up and deprogramming that I should have just point blank said, right now what's coming to mind is actually you look familiar. And I think I was sitting next to you, and we were on the floor sitting Indian style, but we were playing a game, and I think I liked you and you were nice to me, but the games we had to play were not so nice. And I should have told her. And now I can't remember her name to even get back to her. So getting back to Trump in 2008, sorry for the loose ends. So getting back to, I gave Trump, I'm going to be respectful, excuse me, Mr. President Donald J. Trump, sir. I gave him my testimony during his first term. I've had dreams and visions of this guy since 2013, the healed head wound. I wrote to him about this because I was so darn worried, and I still am. I care. I care about people. I don't love everybody. I hate some people, but I care about everybody's well-being and safety, and that they have what they need. I act on my care and my desire to be helpful and useful to other people, but I don't act on a lot of other feelings and emotions. I try to keep a rational, practical mind. I'm not suicidal. I'm not homicidal. So anyway, I told Trump that, I did this interview. Pamela Perry was there, Tiny Mercado, Galactic Guardians. Tiny was the hostess, and it was really weird because when I got on, it was run live on X, and I don't even have my X account from back then. The X account I have now is a new one. I lost all my old friends. That's another story. So Tiny doesn't even have her old account, so I wouldn't even be able to show you the interview, but she's got screenshots of when Trump even commented, and he said, "Nice job, girls." And then he comments again, "Keep up the good work." In that interview, I said, I was born in 1974, and Trump is the only president that we've had that I did not see in the dumbs and who did not hurt the kids. I only got, okay, now we're in 2026 and I'm looking back on things. I fully reintegrated in 2022. My memories now are slowly coming back. I would love to go to actual physical places to really jog my memories, to get the smells and the feel and the touch of the air, because I bet you that would bring back memories, or to be face to face with some of these people, or on the phone. I don't want to be on the phone with anybody, but so there's only so much I can do sitting behind my computer. I got two beautiful friends, and I'm pointing in my chat room because she might be here, and she is, that send me videos and links to help jog my memories. And I like that because I was at Castle Amaro and Castle Buckingham Palace and put through human hunting parties. I'm on a tangent again. So anyway, I don't have 2/3 of my other memories. I was decommissioned by Joseph Mangley in 2008. Okay. We're not going to get in the big discussion of Joseph Mangley. Okay, first of all, he did not drown. That's stupid. A Nazi mastermind drowning. Give me a break. Anyway, he was successful at life extension. And he'd be 125, 130? And we're supposed to live to 120 years old, according to scripture. So that's not so fantastical if you've taken care of yourself and if you've been successful at life extension. Get out of my chat room. Where are my wrenches? Again. So I don't have 2/3 of my memories. And looking back, I think I may have made a mistake. And I want to apologize and I want to repent right now. In my memories, the adult faces, they're blurry and fuzzy. And it takes me a lot of jogging my memories to try to recall the persons, the predators, the pedophiles, the Satanists. Hey, Blazin, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for thinking of me on your special days. That makes me feel so good. Like when people tell me like happy, New Year's or happy Christmas or whatever, and I don't celebrate the holiday, you know what I do is I always say thank you and thank you for thinking of me on days that are special to you, because that means so much to me. Instead of going, I don't believe in that and blah. I used to be one of those people. So when I complain about other people, I used to be one of them. Okay? I repent. So, but thank you. And you know what? It is a new year. I don't celebrate it, but I do give you my barakas for a new year. A happy, successful, wealthy, healthy, safe and sound new year. And I give that to everybody. And their fur babies and pets and fine feathered friends. And maybe they got reptiles as pets, whatever. But don't forget your pets. So, all right, getting back to Trump. Epstein looks familiar. I mean, I remember writing to people and saying, listen, I think I was on Epstein's island. But I don't think so. That temple on his island, there was nothing in it. And I should have said that. But when I was first asked if there was something in it, one of my alters stepped forward and said something else. I was programmed to lie, and I was programmed on lies, but I recognize what those lies are. I expose what the lie is, and then I come back and say, okay, this is the truth, like the secret space program, okay? And yes, Ava. So what was I saying? I can't look at my chat room when I'm trying to say something, otherwise I get completely distracted and don't remember. Hogmanay? I gotta look that up. I don't even know what that is. Oh, you like to get drunk? Oh my gosh, I misread what you wrote. I haven't had a drink in a long time. I don't really like drinking, and when I did drink, it was phases, or I was trying to numb pain, or someone died. But I would not dare drink now because it would probably put me in the hospital. Oh my goodness, that kid startled me. I'm like, who is that running? I thought it was like a stick man or some cryptid. So, hi, Kim. See, I'm not sure who's a person or like a bot. I don't know. So, hi. Scott's call New Year. Oh, okay. Ava, I lift you up to heavenly Abba, and I ask that he put you in a bubble and keep you invisible to the enemy and protect you and your loved ones and your home and your family. In Yahushua Shem Selah, I don't know what's going on, but I palal for you and your protection. And I palal that he send down warring angels to stand guard around you. And I palal that he guides you through his spirit in Yahushua Mashiach Shem Selah. Abba, well, I palal this for everybody too, though. And the bells ring. All right, so I'm thinking that I got 2/3 of memories that I don't right off the bat remember, so I should not be so bold as to say, oh, Trump's the only one. Listen, he may not have been in the dumps. He may have been somewhere else, But I was not only limited to deep underground military bases. I was in above ground government facilities. I was in castles. I was on property. I don't even know where the hell I was. I don't even know how I got there. I have an idea of how I got there. The programmers would trigger me. The programmers would come into my house and take me out. Black operations would come in my house, take me out, bring me back. If I was gone for long extended amounts of time, a clone was left in my place. I go to bone a pig with all my ex-boyfriends. How could they not realize they were a clone and not me? They didn't love me if they didn't figure that out. They didn't love me. If they didn't know it wasn't me, but rather a clone, they weren't paying attention to me one bit. And what was wrong with me to date them? No, I'm kidding. Actually, I did have a couple of good boyfriends. Don't get me wrong. But now I've got a perfect man. Put chairs up against your doors so people cannot break in and get big dogs. Make sure all your windows are locked. Get cameras and get yourself a support system and people you can check in with, even if you have to introduce yourself to a neighbor and say, hi, I've been having these problems. I just want to let you know. Please just keep an eye out for me. Okay, I'm like, whose vehicle is that? And I know they're delivering a package. You need a neighbor like me where I'm like, who's in my neighborhood? I don't care if the neighbors like me or not. Who are you and what are you doing here? What the hell is that? I don't know what's going on, but please don't do that in my chat room. You're not dominating anything. You're fine. It's nice to interact with people, but I take everybody at face value. So I'm thinking like you're a nice, innocent person not out to harm me. And we may have met before, but I don't know many Avas. No, it's not. It was for the neighbors. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, you asked me about James Rink's sweatshirt, and I was going to say yes. I didn't really have the money. I would rock it, but I'd want like a medium to a large, not small. A small would fit me, but I need room because I don't like to feel closed in. And a lot of times I wear shirts underneath it. Like where I am now, it's colder. Like even in the summer, when I go inside the house, I'm wearing layers because it's cold. I got to put the cell phone down. Can you give me a minute? Look up at the stars. Give me a second. I got to step away from the camera for a moment. Please excuse me. You know what I have to do? I have to put the chickens in. Hey, I bought and cast that down and away. Oh, yeah, getting back to Epstein. So I think I was on Epstein's ranch. And that's where allegedly, I think I was on Epstein's ranch because I was left out as a living sacrifice. And when people talk about the SW ranch, I don't think I was on that one, but I was on one like it. And I think it was Epstein's Ranch. And you know what was really eerie was when I was up in Kennebunkport, Maine back in 2014, where I got my profile picture. When I took a look at George Bush's house, Man, there's something about that house that just looks so eerie. But I also saw like dragons flying around it. Evil, rotten dragons from hell. I got spirit eyes. But anyway, hang on one second. 9 months early birthday resident. But no, I got enough stuff. And so I don't know where Rumble is. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna put the chickens away. So um I I found out that Trump and Melania went to the Wailing Wall in 2017. He never chose Yahusha. He chose the Wailing Wall. And he chose the Noahide laws, which he was going to sign that document anyway when he became president to agree to the Noahide laws. Noah was never given any laws. Moses was given those laws. Are you ready, Rumble? I got to put the chickens in. The day of Chernobyl. That sounds so familiar, but it's blank. But why is it blank? The 80s are very choppy for me. I have blocks and extended amounts of time missing from my childhood. I mean, I met kids in the dumbs that were never released from the dumbs. They always stayed in the dumbs. I was allowed to come home to my grandparents. I am so sorry, Ava. I'm so sorry. Hang on one second. I'm not trying to be rude. Hang on.